Hello guys, and welcome to Hampshire Outdoors and Survival. Mickey here. So, I'm in this stunning woodland today. It's not my usual woodland. I've come here for two specific reasons. One, because I'm assisting with a training day, and two, it's right next door to an airfield. But Mickey, you hate being interrupted by planes. Why? Well, I got myself a microphone set up. So what I'm doing, while I'm playing with it out here today, I'm going to show you this new kit, try out the microphone, see if it makes a better video, see how the environment around it also interacts with the microphone, and how I can adjust that in my edit to make you guys better videos. So here we go. Let's have a look at the new kit. Let's throw up this new winter hammock system that I'm exploring and see what we think of that. Right, so everything I need is in my Bergen today, and yeah, the Bergen's full because I've got a Kelly kettle in there, I've got my first aid kit in there, I've got filming gear, the whole lot. I could probably cut that down to half the size if I needed to. So let's have a look, and do excuse me if I seem to be shouting. I've got to get used to the microphone. So, wet weather kit, first aid kit, sleep system, top, underquilt, inflatable mattress, hammock, that's Kelly kettle, Tarpac Ridgeline kit. That's a model aircraft, and that's really annoying. Oh, knew I should have brought a 12 gauge. Anyhow, so let's have a look at this hammock. So what I've got the DD Nest. Now I bought this hammock, bought all this kit myself. Nothing has been volunteered or supplied. This is all gear I've bought purely and simply because I was looking for a new hammock system, and I liked what I'd seen in reviews and all the rest of it. But again, it's that old thing, until you get it yourself you can't tell. It's a little bit packs away a little bit larger than a standard one Tigris or Snug pack. So it's a little bit bigger, it's a little bit weightier. Yeah, but this is supposed to be, as I've had it told, or as I've been told, pretty much the ultimate winter hammock. So let's get her up, let's have a look. Now in theory, you shouldn't need a top with this hammock, so they say. It's supposed to be a nest. We'll see what Mickey thinks. That is going to want a carabiner on that end as well. So let's have a look. First time, you're always a little bit cautious with new hammocks. Feet are up in the air, so I've got to do a bit of height adjustment. Or I could get in from that end. There is already. Right. So the idea of this, right, let's do a bit of adjusting, a bit of fettling, a bit of working out. Right, so what we got? Let's have a look. Right, so it does open both sides. And the setup on this hammock, it's an 11 foot. I've gone for a larger hammock, give me a bit more length. And the idea, although I've got to lift that end a bit, is, oh, it's already quite comfortable. It's a wider hammock. I'll get a diagonal lay. Just move that out, Let's have a look at it. Right. So that's the hammock and the net. So okay. So let's get the mat in there. That can go in and self-inflate, so it's heart's content in there. Whilst that's self-inflating in there, let's get the underquilt on. Oh yeah, Tim. Tim's come up to visit us with Archie. How's the course going, mate? How's the course going? They're all happy, aren't they?
Yeah, they seem to be.
Hello, my little... He's like, who the hell, what the hell?
Sun's in his eyes. There you go, look,
Let me come round it.
I'm saying no.
There you go. It's because I've got this thrown over my shoulder. He's like, what the hell is that? Yeah.
Got a sleeping dog there.
Yeah. Yes.
Right. I think we're going to drive down the woods just so you're aware.
Okie doke, mate. That's not a problem. That's the underquilt on. Tile pack tree stop. Do like this tile pack kit, I tell you. It's my go-to now. It's just for the ease, the setting out, organising your ridge lines and that distance. Makes life so much easier. So we're setting it out. This is winter camp style. This half shelter. Right, so that I would pull out if I needed to. I could rig that. Right, so that would be my shelter system if I needed it. Two of these. Right, that's that. That's that. Oh, what does Mickey think? Right. What does Mickey think? Right, let's so here we have it. So the NEST hammock So basically, under the underquilt there, we have a flap system which allows you to put an air mattress under the main hammock. Okay, then you've got the hammock itself, and then you've got the shelter system that sits above the hammock. It's a really good system. It's an enclosed system, so basically your hammock is set up with a windbreak and a mesh window for seeing, or for obviously your visibility. Well, this is going to act as a bit more wind protection. Obviously you can then pull the hammock over it all the way and give you more in the way of protection. Right, cut there. Hammock system, so it's on tree straps. There's a little bit of flexibility there. You could probably lift that up higher, get a bit more tension in it. That would work. So why this system? Well, I wanted something, first of all, that I could put a sleep mat in, so when I get into it, the sleep mat doesn't move down. This has a section for the sleep mat. What I thought it was going to be was like a sleeve section. The mat went in and held it in place. It's not. It is an opening underneath. So we will be trying that and seeing what we think there. That's going to take a night's experience and the rest of it. What I don't like the fact that that flap just velcros in. That could be done with a zip of its own, because I just don't like it. I got a funny feeling you could get moisture in there, you could get water in there. Late at night, you come back to get into your hammock, you get into the wrong section. I see all sorts of problems there. That could have done with its own zip, full length, that held it in place. The top, okay, is made out of basically the same material as the rest of the hammock. So it's a nylon. So it's going to act as a wind block, which I like the idea of. Now that's a bonus. It's probably going to have an element of water resistance, so that combined with a tarp, if there's spray, fog, mist, it's going to help. You've got two windows, one each side, and it does open both sides. So you have two windows, one each side, to basically allow airflow, but they're bug meshed. So that's perfect. I like that. It also means that you got a little bit more privacy in your hammock. You know, if you're somebody that sleeps on top of your kit, maybe down to your boxers, it's going to give you that option. Now, that can zip up there or lift up there quite easily. So let's have a look. Let's see what Mickey thinks. So I've got the underquilt on it, and that's a one Tigris underquilt, which has fitted it perfectly. So let's have a think. Let's have a look. All right. Actually, do you know what? Quite impressed. So that underquilt in that layer, that undermat, has worked better than I thought it would. It's a nice wide hammock. Could you get a diagonal lay? Yes. You could get a flatter lay. You could go diagonal, get a flatter lay on that. Not a problem at all. But over the years, I've got used to my feet being slightly raised, and that doesn't really bother me. Warmth, yeah, I can already feel the warmth building. Yeah, this is going to be quite a handy winter hammock, I think. Everything lifts up out the way nice. There's plenty of air space there. With some hammocks, you tend to find the bug nets hanging, especially if they're just on a single ridge line. With the spreader bars, that's working. There is no internal ridge line, so there is a couple of loops that you could put one on, but with the design of this, I think you may have an issue with stuff dangling down. That's a downside. An internal ridge line always gives you somewhere you can hang stuff, you can get attention on it. For this is not so much a good point. But comfort wise, yeah, I've hammock comfort, I'm comfortable. I can Seal myself in. I'm sealed in away from the weather, the environment, got a little bit of privacy. Yeah. Gonna need to zip that all the way through. Yeah, it's dropped in that corner basically because I've not zipped it up fully, so it's gonna take a bit of playing with, but yeah, I've got comfort, space. All right. This is going to be my winter hammock then. Not a summer hammock for me. Summer hammock, I need a bit more breathability, but for colder weather, yeah, this hammock's going to do the job. Yeah, I think I can be comfortable in this. So we'll find out. The next thing is to get it out and try it in the bush. It's going to be so, if I see, I can get tension on that, so I could probably rig a ridge line in this myself, which I probably will do. So it's going to be a bit of setting up and a little bit of playing and fettling, as there always is with these sort of things. Stitching, yeah, everything's backed with this nylon web. It's double stitch, so there is a bit of strength to it. Yeah, I think that's going to work. Let's have anchor points on it so that you can put guy lines on it and anchor it out. If you don't like your hammock swinging, doesn't bother me too much. Yeah, I think it's sturdy. It is sturdy. Like I say, the only downside for me is the pocket where the sleep mat goes into. It really is a shame that wasn't zippered, because it's only velcroed and you've got that. And I can see an issue in the night, in the dark. You come back to your hammock, especially if you may have had a beer or two, and you find yourself getting into the wrong section. But is it a deal breaker? Not really, not really. I mean, what I might end up doing is putting a few, because that's got a nice bit of web in there, I might actually stitch that and just put a small zip opening in it myself. But I suppose it also gives you somewhere you can store bits of kit and that. The ridge line, yeah, that's a bit of an issue for me, but I reckon I can rig one up in there. I reckon I could use a piece of elastic in there to make a ridge line internally, because I like somewhere to be able to put my phone, hang my light from, and so on. Yes, yes. So that is the DD Hammocks, DD Nest Hammock Multi-Cam, or MC. Spreader bars at the top, yep. Yeah, so it's going to be a windproof hammock. Okay, so you combine that with a tarp and that, it's going to be that little bit warmer, a little bit more comfortable. So this will be going down to Devon with me. We'll be trying it out down there, and see what we think. So yeah, as I said before, this isn't a freebie, hasn't been sent to me. I've had to buy it out of my own pocket. I'm doing a review on it. I'll try it, give it a go. If I like it, I like it. At the moment, I've not spent a night in it, but from what I'm seeing, apart from that flap just being on Velcro, it's the only thing that puts me off. I can run with that. Do I think it's going to be comfortable? Yes. Do I think it's going to be warm? Yes, definitely. Do I think it's going to keep the weather and the environment off me? Yes. Do I think it's suitable for all year round? No. No, not for the summer. If it's hot, that's probably going to be a heat trap. Yes, you could unzip it. You could unzip it both sides and lift this up, but then you're going to lose your insect resistance. So for the summer months, you want something like a snug pack jungle hammock, or you could go with yeah, the one Tigris compound hammock's a good summer hammock. Yeah, there we go. That's it. So all the planes buzzing about me. That's a microlight. I hate microlights. That's a microlight. So this has been really a test of the microphones. It's been a look at a new hammock, and yeah, I better get back to the training. Have a great day, guys. Mickey out.